The start of the 2025 season is fast approaching, and to be honest, I don't think there has ever been more anticipation and hype for a season as for this one. All eyes are set on the debut of Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari. It seems to be an all-or-nothing season for the recently turned 40-year-old. So, is he up for the task, and what are Ferrari cooking behind closed doors? It seems to be a lot, and today we're uncovering all there is to know about Ferrari's 2025 Challenger. The new 2025 Ferrari will be shown off on February 19th. Thus, the countdown has officially started. The following information about the 677 project has been confirmed by team leader Fred Vasseur. This is the fourth year of this technology cycle, and we have a lot of information. The car of 2025 will be completely new. According to what Vasseur said before, only 1% of the 2024 car will be used in the SF25. This is a very harsh way of showing how different their 2025 plan is from last season. All the lessons learnt over the years will be put to use in 2025 to make a completely new machine. Diego Ondi, head of Aerodynamics, and Fabio Montecchi, chief project engineer, have been given the green light by Vasseur to make brave decisions for 2025. This year will be more than just a step between now and 2026. The SF24 was already a car that was very different from what came before it. After the problems with the old 2023 single-seater, Ferrari made a lot of changes to how its aerodynamics worked. However, reliable technical sources inside the Ferrari camp stated that these regulations still have potential to be uncovered. In short, there is still a good margin for big progress, although the margin for error is small. This is exactly what Ferrari wants to achieve by using the pull rod suspension in a very forceful way. The Scuderia wants to get rid of the problems from last year, especially with making sure the tyres stay in the right windows. Putting these cars in the right working window is not an easy task, so this is not a small job. But the way the car works on the inside hasn't changed. Instead, the goals for this year's single-seater have been changed in a number of small but exact ways. The back of the car has been moved around by teams like Williams, but the SF25's cooling has not been moved around much. Maranello hasn't made any big changes to this part of the car. They've just made enough to make room for changes made elsewhere in the car. One thing that will change is the layout of the cooling to fit the new frame. There won't be a revolution like the one Red Bull had in 2024 when Pierre Wache's technical team made big changes to the RB20's radiator kits. This gave the Milton Keynes team a lot of trouble, which led to changes to the cooling system in Suzuka. Ferrari doesn't want to take this risk. They'd rather keep the weight in the middle of the car, where it's always been. Vasseur talked about the famous 1% of continuity. On the 2025 Ferrari, that 1% of continuity will include things like the air intake. This part of the car will stay triangle-shaped like the roll hoop. This feature has been around since the F175 in 2022, and it was first seen on the SF90. It gives Ferrari a cooling system that is less centralized, or centerline cooling in technical terms. All cars, until 2024, had what are called ears stuck to the sides of the airbox. To make more room, even the Ferrari-powered customer cars, like the Sauber and Haas, have moved the engine oil radiator to the middle of the car to relocate the center of gravity. The only job of Ferrari's air intake is to bring air to the V6, while the vents will move air around in the side pods. From the little information that has come out from people close to the team, it looks like Ferrari is keeping the technical answers that could make the difference on the track very secret. Details like these are only talked about in private talks with a small group of engineers. The new aerodynamic and mechanical designs could have a big effect from the very first races. A person close to the team said that the new car's chassis is a big step forward from the old ones. The source said that the chassis and weight distribution are completely different and are meant to improve both straight line speed and cornering steadiness. We can't go into detail, but the key will be tyre management, the source revealed, suggesting that the car could be particularly versatile on any track. As said, the suspension system is one of the things that Ferrari has paid the most attention to. Based on what has been leaked, it looks like the team is trying out a new design. This new configuration will allow us to better manage tyre wear, keeping the car competitive throughout the race, explained an internal source. Changes that could make a big difference in how well the material grips, especially during the soft warm-up phase. A lot of important changes have also been made to the brakes. Ferrari has made a system that shortens the time it takes for the system to respond, which makes the car's stopping power better without changing its balance. Brake cooling has come a long way, said a source, emphasizing how important this feature can be on very difficult tracks. Aerodynamics, on the other hand, looks like the real magic card of the 677 project. There have been rumors that the Maranello team has carefully looked into the grey areas of the technology rules to find ways to get an edge without breaking the rules. We are at the limit, but we are staying within the boundaries of the regulations, revealed a source. Even though this technique isn't new, Ferrari may have found a way to take it even further by using flexible wings in a way similar to what McLaren did. One very interesting fact about downforce is that the Ferrari 677 could be much more efficient on the straight than its competitors without losing any downforce in the turns. Talks are going on about a study on airflows that no other team has done at this level, and a car design that is very different from the single-seater 2024 car. We have solutions that others have not even considered, declared a technician from the Aerodynamic department, although no one is willing to provide precise details. Secrecy in this area remains total. When there is a lot of competition, like in Formula 1, having a car that can do well in the first few races can make all the difference. Our goal is to start the season with a margin of advantage that can put pressure on the rivals, revealed a source. This would force the other teams to chase Ferrari while they keep working on the car during the season. If the Maranello team gets ahead early in the championship, they may have time to make the car even better. This could start a circle of improvements that would make it hard for other teams to catch up. Ferrari doesn't just want to get off to a good start, they have to if they want to stay in charge of the season. The only thing we know for sure is that we don't know very much. There are rumors going around, but the level of secrecy around Project 677 has worked wonderfully. Even people who are inside the company can't tell the difference between fact and speculation based on the information that has been shared. The exact goal for Ferrari is to keep its cards close to its chest until the very end in order to puzzle its competitors. In a world like Formula 1, where every detail is crucial, those who know something really important don't hold back from letting it out. We saw it recently with Lewis Hamilton's announcement at Ferrari. Someone broke the embargo to get the news, even though it was supposed to be a secret. If there was real information about a big change in technology inside the Ferrari 677, it would have been made public already. That's why you should be careful with rumors when talking about Project 677. People who say they know don't know anything. If a reporter had real information, they would not think twice about putting it out there. Ferrari, on the other hand, has kept its veil of secret intact. The first time the car goes on the track in 2025 will really show how much this project has in store. And at that moment, it's hammer time. Within the Ferrari camp, there is no doubt that Hamilton will be super competitive from the first day at the Australian Grand Prix. Hamilton has already done a lot of training before the season starts. He spent time at Ferrari's Fiorano track and tested in Barcelona to get used to his new surroundings. He has now driven both the 2023 and 2024 cars, giving him some idea of what to expect from this year's machine, even though he crashed during his Barcelona trip. The first time he will get to drive Ferrari's rival for 2025 will be in a shakedown at Fiorano, which will happen after the F175 event in London. After that, he will have 3 very important days of pre-season practice in Bahrain to learn even more about the car. Aside from running on the track, Lewis Hamilton has spent a lot of time on Ferrari's cutting-edge simulator. Even though simulator technology keeps getting better, it's still not a great replacement for real-life track time. Formula 1's pre-season testing usually comes right before the first race at Bahrain's Sakhir circuit. Because of Ramadan, however, The 2025 Formula One season will start at the Albert Park track in Melbourne. This is a nostalgic nod to Lewis Hamilton's debut season in 2007, when the Australian Grand Prix was the first race. Gazzetta dello Sport reports that Ferrari is not afraid to say that they think Hamilton will be super competitive when the race in Melbourne starts. The team is pleased by how quickly he has fit in and how professional he has been in his first few weeks working with team captain Frédéric Vasseur. Hamilton recently turned 40 years old, but he is still as smart as ever, and Ferrari doesn't think he will need much time to get used to the new car. But what do you think? Will this be the season where he finally clinches the 8th title? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.